Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's I don't even know what time it is, around noon, and that is Ped Mark Wien's Pad Krapow shop. You can see it's packed. You're gonna get some hot, spicy food in there, and here's a little discussion on the basics of handling the Bangkok heat. Not that I'm any kind of expert, but I am a guy from San Diego, and heat is not really my specialty. So if I can do it, anybody can. Here's how I did it. I carry a small backpack around, and in there I keep a washcloth, just a dry one. You want to keep wiping your face. I'm always wearing a hat, if not one of those goofy looking floppy hats, like a bucket hat, whatever you call them, Adidas, Nike type hat. It's just roasting. It's April from around Songkran. It's now May. This is probably the hottest month. June, July are no joke, but then it starts cooling off with the rain. It actually rained this morning, so today's not too bad, but I'll guess right now it's the low 90s, perhaps. I don't know. I don't bother to check. From 85 degrees to 105 degrees, it all feels the same to me. Maybe that's silly to say, but just hot is hot. And as far as it's a humid hot compared to a dry hot, yeah, I get all that. Again, my definition of heat was out on the motorcycles in the sand dunes of the Imperial Valley, and it could be 120 degrees there with 0 to no humidity, and that to me felt like an oven. And then I go to Florida and it's 100 degrees with 80% humidity, and it feels exactly the same to me, but I get it. Maybe the sticky hot is worse, and we get the sticky hot here, that's for sure. But the main thing is you're going to have to really load up on the sunblock. I'm a little wrinkled up old mailman these days. I didn't do as good a job as I could have, even in the San Diego sun. But here, it's going to be an absolute necessity. You will get burned, and other terrible things can happen. Myself, I just got the full dermatology check up at Bumrungrad. I guess it's been about a year. And she burned and scraped a few things off me. One was supposed to be cancerous. It turned out not to be, but that is nothing to play around with. So get yourself checked out and keep covered up with the highest sunblock you can get. If nothing else, get the 50. My girlfriend Bourne has really nice skin, and she puts 110 SPF on her face, and then the cheaper stuff all over her arms and legs. It's just Nivea or whatever comes in, whatever bottle that's on sale at Big C. But sunblock is absolutely going to be a necessity. At the very least, well, I won't say that. I'm going to say to use it, but get it on top of your ears and your nose. That seems to burn pretty easily, as well as walking around in flip-flops. You need to really get it all over those nice white feet, or you're going to come home and just really be burned and hurting. And Mark's restaurant's right in the corner of the Bangkok Eastern Bus Terminal. More often than not, it's just called the Ekamai Bus Terminal, and the other one is Mo Chit. Right on the other side, Sukhumvit Soi 63. You'll see Thai folks walking around, including my girlfriend, with those little rechargeable fans. They throw a little bit of air. It's more a female thing, but yeah, use all tools available. You can also duck into any 7-Eleven, go to the soda section, and they'll have these moist towels. That's pretty good for a quick cool down. I first tried years ago the mailman cooling towel technique of putting that dry fit towel in some ice water, wrapping it around your neck, and that kind of kept you cool for an hour. Here, that thing's gonna dry out in 5 minutes. You can do it. I don't know where you're gonna keep wetting it down, maybe with a warm bottle of water. I guess it's better than nothing, but to be honest, here, my experience, it was almost like putting hot water around your neck. You can give it a try. Probably the number one tip is going to be what I'm not doing right now, which is avoiding the heat of the day. And when I say the heat of the day, I'm talking 10 o'clock in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. You might think it's still cool at 10, but really, unless you're going to be heading out before the sun comes up, and even earlier, say 5 in the morning, that's kind of cool. If, you know, we're calling the high 70s cool. But the second that sun comes up, if it's whatever it is, 7 in the morning, it just gets 15 degrees hotter. And it almost, again, it may be my imagination, but it seems hotter at 8 in the morning than 1 in the afternoon, because the sun's kind of low and beating right on you. At least when it's a little higher, it seems to be tucked away, sometimes behind the high rises. When you mix in a little smog, and it's not smoggy every day, actually I would call this a rather clear day. People think it's just always smoggy in Bangkok. It's not the case. It's a major metropolitan, I think about 16 million people in the area, so we're going to get smog. There's old buses and all kinds of things producing smog. It seems to come and go with the shifts in the wind. Maybe you'll have 5 smoggy days in a row, and then it's fine for a while. And this is looking down on the more smaller minibuses. The big Greyhound style buses are off on the right. I'm trying to get a picture of one pulling in or leaving, heading to Pattaya. I believe they do that every half hour. 131 baht comes to mind as the fare. 2.5 hour drive. I think it's 80 miles, but it does stop at one other bus station, pick up one passenger, maybe pick up some cargo. It's an affordable way. Boone and I just hired a car. It was her birthday weekend, and I was kind of doing it up a little fancier. She was fine, you know, why aren't we taking the bus? But the car was 1,200 baht, a Camry, door-to-door service. And this is Sukhumvit Soi 63. Ekamai, all the major high-rises in this fancier area of town. It's probably the #1 favorite area for Korean expats and business people, and also a lot of Japanese folks. Japanese folks go one train stop to Tong La, and even my area of Phrom Phong. And I mentioned it a bunch of times, I would avoid the minibuses. That I'll call a microbus. The minibus, sometimes they get a little creative, packing people in there so tight they're asking you to hold your suitcase. Those smaller microbuses, they'll go to Hua Hin and less popular places. The Pattaya bus, it's going to sell out fast. In fact, I don't know if there's a tree in the way. You can search my channel, Eager Expat, bus terminal, and it'll pop up, or there's a search bar at the top of my channel. Yeah, there's kind of a tree in the way, but right as you walk into the bus station, the very first window, it'll have the longest line. Maybe 5 or 10 people will be on that line. That is the blue government bus. Some of the other guys, they're hackers or hacking, whatever you call it. They're calling out, you know, Pattaya, Pattaya, Pattaya. We're leaving in 5 minutes. That more than likely will be one of those small minibuses, and it's the same price. In fact, it might even be a little bit more. I think they charge 150 baht one way. So all day long, I will wait 30 minutes for the next bus if my bus is sold out, to get an assigned seat on that larger bus. It's Roong, R-O-O-N-G, something like that, Roong Bus Company. I haven't been able to get the website to work. I don't know what the deal is, if you can only buy a ticket the same day, but they do have a website if you want to buy that ticket in advance. It's not that big a deal unless you're traveling Friday afternoon. Those buses sell out fast. You might even have to wait an hour. You might have to wait for 2 buses. I know in Pattaya, when you arrive, they seem to be okay with selling you a ticket for your return in 3 or 4 days. They used to do that here in Bangkok, but they seem to have knocked that off. So the heat's not that big a deal unless you're planning on coming over here and trying to get a side hustle as a roofer. I have a lot of respect for these different construction workers. They're all bundled up. Even most of the Grab drivers and all, they wear jackets to keep the heat off their arms. It's kind of interesting to me, but you can see these green grab jackets, and they're almost like I guess it also helps keep the rain off of them, but then they'll break out the $1 piece of plastic raincoat. Now here's the large bus that I recommend to take. That's the Bangkok to Pattaya government bus. Compared to the minibus, it's a way more comfortable ride. Plus there are racks to put your luggage under. Not that I've used it once or twice, and they did not charge me for the smallest of carry-on roller bags. I think if you have a larger size bag, you are supposed to pay for luggage, which if the ticket's 131 baht, you know, how much can the luggage be? And I'm looking at the spelling there, R-O-O-N-G, and then the new word, R-U-R-E-A-U-A-N-G. So Rung Rung Coach Company. You can check out that website and try to book that ticket ahead of time. So unless you're a Thai Grab driver, I would probably keep it to dry fit t-shirts. I mean, I wear everything, but I try to avoid wearing jeans or any kind of pants in the middle of the day. It's shorts. I get it. I'm a 58, almost 59-year-old man walking around in shorts and dry fit t-shirts, but it's not about a fashion show for me. It's kind of survival and just being comfortable walking around the city. If you want to put some nice pants on and a button-up shirt in the evening, that's great. If you want to wear some heavy jeans or even jean shorts in the 100-degree middle of the day, that's just gonna kind of add to the misery. As far as those dry fit shirts, I wouldn't get too carried away. At the Nike shop in the US, paying 50 bucks a piece, you can get the knockoffs over here for $3 or $4 all day long. Hey, so there you go. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be hot. I've had a buddy from Vegas come over here, and he told me heat was the last thing he was worried about. And yeah, it's just way hotter over here. I guess it has to do with the humidity, but again, it's still worth it. So don't sweat it. Don't plan your days around the heat of the day. If you spring out of bed at whatever it is, 8, and have to go for that 5-mile hike between 8:30 and 10:30, you're going to be hot. Try to adjust things and do that walk at 7 o'clock at night, and you'll be out there with 100% of the other expats and Thai folks enjoying the park. If I were to head over to, say, Benja Kitty Park right now, maybe there'd be 20 knuckleheads walking around. If I head there at 8 o'clock tonight, there might be thousands. So thank you so much from Ekamai, Sukhumvit, Soy 63. This is a great little street. Ekamai Beer House is just a 5-minute walk up on the right. That's an old haunt of mine. So come on down and check it out. We will see you later. Plenty of more videos to come. This is the Eager Expat. I'm Joe, saying goodbye. We'll see ya.